Hey, good morning, guys. I am going to discuss my conflicts of interest today. So, legally, conflict of interest is defined as a term used to describe the situation in which a public official or fiduciary who, contrary to the obligation and absolute duty to act for the benefit of the public or a designated individual, exploits the relationship for personal benefit, typically pecuniary. Well, there's some big words. Let me bottom line it for you by giving you an example. So let's say that I promote, the vegan diet. And we know that the vegan diet requires supplementation for at least vitamin B12, which cannot be got from any fruit or vegetable or non-animal source. And the human body absolutely requires B12, or let's just say you don't live very long. Okay. So a conflict of interest for me would be to promote the vegan diet because, oh look, I sell supplements. No kidding. Wow. And I don't mind conflicts of interest insofar as they are stated up front. You tell people, look, I actually promote the vegan diet because I absolutely think it's the best diet in the world, and I happen to make money on the side selling vegan supplements because when you're on the vegan diet, you are going to require supplements, and I sell them. Yay. Okay, there's a conflict of interest, but now I've revealed it, okay? And that's not a bad thing in and of itself, but now look at the credibility of the person. Okay, you can dig into the science on this side and say, yeah, well, the vegan diet can't be a proper human diet because thousands of years ago we didn't have supplements, right? And then you can go on this side and say, well, how honest really can the person be when he promotes a diet which pays his salary, okay? I have no conflicts of interest. This YouTube channel you're watching, if you get an ad, YouTube made all the money because they ain't sending me squat, all right? I don't sell meat supplements. I don't sell nothing. I promote a heavy, fatty meat, eggs, cheese if you can handle it diet, void of all fruits, vegetables, and anything non-animal, all right? I don't even promote insects that much because they're really heavy in carbs, and the amount of insects you're going to need to eat is probably going to gross you out before you can actually eat enough of them to sustain your life. Now, if you're starving to death or, you eat what you can eat to get along, to get around. But I promote a pretty much all meat diet because of what it's done for me personally. I've made no money so far on this diet. I haven't charged any of my students. I guess you could call them patients, but I don't. The original word doctor doesn't mean what it means today. The doctor, the allopathic doctor that you go in to get medicines for, he's actually called a leech. Who knew? That was their original name. They were called leeches because of their use in leeches and bloodletting and some other practices that they thought at that time were the science. I'm a doctor because I'm a teacher. That I've taught my whole life, my whole professional life. That's what I've done. I can just go all the way back to when I was in the service. In boot camp, I preached out of the Bible, and I taught some doctrines to help kids through boot camp, including myself. It was kind of hard, a little, I guess. Looking back, had I had to go through it again, it'd be an awesome game. But you're a young kid, you don't know what the hell, and all the people are just yelling at you, telling you to do push-ups, right? I know now that it was just to get you, strong. They were going to invent things just to mess with you, right? And then I got out there and I became a substitute teacher almost immediately in Texas. And then I here and there, flim and flam, part-time jobs, getting my degree. Then I wound up becoming a corporate trainer. So I did that for 5 years. And then actually before the corporate training gig, I was actually a beneficiary representative for a major healthcare corporation. I've been in healthcare for 12 years, so I kind of sort of know what I'm talking about on the medical side. And I would educate beneficiaries on how the insurance worked, how the medical system worked, how to enter it, how to get into it, and all that kind of stuff, right? Medical operations technician for a while. Hung out with all nurses, and boy, nurses know a lot, I'm just telling you. And then I've owned an English school for the last 15 years. So yeah, I'm a doctor in the sense that I'm a teacher. And that was the original meaning of the word doctor. In antiquity, you did what your dad did. Like Jesus was a carpenter because Joseph was a carpenter. And the only time you actually had to go to school was if you were going to learn to be a teacher. And that was all run by the Latin Rite Catholic Church in the West. Doctors of the church, teachers of the church. So yeah, I've been a teacher for a long, long time. So I have students, not necessarily patients. I advise on what I suggest they might eat based on what they come in and tell me the problem is. Obviously, I have to yield to allopathic doctors in today's day and world and everything. If your blood pressure, this and that's going crazy, yeah, you got to go see one of those guys, get a drug, be done with it, and then come back to me, and we'll work on the lifestyle changes necessary so that if this allopath is good enough, and if he chooses really to do no harm and he wants to get a hold of me, or vice versa, so that I can talk with him and say, here's the regimen I put my student on, be prepared to take this person off meds because his blood pressure is going to fall, his glucose is going to fall, he's going to get healthier, happier. All right? And doctors have a conflict because they earn money by doing this, right? Eventually, I will probably charge to become a holistic doctor, if you will, teaching how the body works and dietary interventions that we can use to make that happen, all right? But as of today, I have no conflicts. So everything I've shared with you has been right from the heart, friends. And it's worked for me, and I've just tried to share it with others. I turned 56 yesterday, and I feel absolutely wonderful and great. So if you're 56 or older or younger and you want to feel better than you've ever felt in your life, talk to me. And currently I'm not charging anything. How fun. That may change. But at least I have this idea of, I started this before my conflicts of interest began, right? All right, guys. You be well. We'll talk soon. Bye.